The past decade of cosplay yielded many contest-winning looks, bold creations, and fun takes on classic characters. Here are some of the best video game cosplay ideas of the last 10 years. One of the most fun parts of cosplay is the ability to reimagine characters in a new setting. Two cosplayers did just that as the Feudal Mario brothers at the 2019 New York Comic-Con. These cosplayers restyled Mario and Luigi as Japanese feudal lords, complete with katanas and traditional robes reminiscent of the brothers' iconic overalls. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask brought a delightful weirdness to the early 2000s. Not only did it feature a complex mask trading system, but it was full of oddities that can make any gamer cringe and laugh at the same time, like a haunted toilet. One cosplayer at the 2017 Birmingham MCU Comic-Con delighted fans of their turn as the impish Skull Kid, wearing of course Majora's Mask. The costume is incredibly detailed, featuring a tattered hat and a carved aged mask. Cosplayer Victoria Miller wowed the judges at the 2016 New York City Comic-Con with her Samus Aran getup. The outfit features intricate details of Samus's scuffed, worn armor, which tells its own story of her dangerous travels through space. Miller also included lights inside Samus's helmet, adding a realistic touch to the outfit. As fans prepare for Metroid Dread, this is a perfect cosplay to look back on.
We are compassion.
Even though Mercy doesn't always have the best skins in Overwatch, cosplayer Effie Mia brought a beautiful version of the support character to life at the 2018 London Comic-Con. Effie Mia competed in the Euro Cosplay Championships, coming in 7th place. Effie Mia used all of her costuming talents to create a look true to the cartoonish style of Overwatch. The graphically intense Assassin's Creed Odyssey might make your hardware cry, but Leon Chiro's Alexios cosplay from Milan Games Week 2018 might make fans weep with joy. The professional cosplayer and model brought Alexios to life with his lush cloak and of course his chiseled face. Chiro looked like he had stepped out of Assassin's Creed Odyssey itself, ready to do battle and slip back into the shadows. Tegan Fury portrayed the enigmatic Tyrande Whisperwind at the 2016 Eastern Championships of Cosplay at New York Comic-Con. While some gamers might be sick of World of Warcraft, the hardcore fan community is thriving now more than ever, as evidenced by all the wonderful cosplay tributes to the series. Fury's intricate handmade armor and her flawless face makeup brought the High Priestess to life.
Nothing can be solved by restraining yourself. Understand? Then I'll gladly lend you my strength.
The beautiful Aunt Takamaki from Persona 5 entered the fray at the 2017 Frankfurt Book Fair. While Aurum was unfortunately involved in a few cringeworthy scenes in Persona 5, there was nothing embarrassing on display in the cosplay at the book fair. This panther outfit featured an expertly molded mask, well-styled wig, and a fitted red costume perfect for stealing hearts. Pyramid Head is one of the creepiest monsters gamers can run into in the Silent Hill series, so it's only natural that he makes an impressive cosplay. One 2019 London MCM Comic-Con group dressed up as Pyramid Head and two undead nurses, all bloodstained and tattered from too much time in Silent Hill. The group looked weathered, grimy, and let's face it, terrifying. They were a pitch-perfect recreation of the game's enemies. Journey is a graceful short trip through the process of pilgrimage for one devotee of an unnamed god. The game really only has one character, the stalwart traveler who takes a titular journey, but one Norwegian duo showed up to the 2012 London Comic-Con as matching robed figures. The couple's costumes represented one of the core mechanics of Journey, the ability for players to float in and out of each other's games online, helping one another along the way. Resident Evil is a franchise steeped in some of the most gruesome horror in gaming, and this William Birkin cosplay from the 2016 New York Comic-Con is no exception. Birkin's head and mutated torso are actually removable parts of the costume, allowing the cosplayer to adjust the costume as needed or take a much-deserved break to come up for air. Mortal Kombat clapped back at critics who said the game was too violent by introducing friendships to the series, non-violent ends to gruesome fights. One Sub-Zero cosplayer at the 2016 New York Comic-Con had the bright idea of reminding the world that sometimes violence isn't the answer by proudly displaying a colorful friendship banner above his head. Not all of Link's armors are created equal, which is why the hero often finds himself scavenging for new pieces. One Hylian hero at the 2019 New York City Comic-Con sported new duds from Breath of the Wild. The ancient set protects Link from the machines scattered around Hyrule, but no one could keep con attendees from meeting this Link's piercing, battle-ready gaze. As fans wait for Breath of the Wild 2, it's good to look back and remember the Links of the past. Space pirates are iconic enemies seen throughout the timeline of the Metroid series, and one fan took their cosplay to new screen-accurate heights by creating a 2D costume for the 2019 New York City Comic-Con. The costume depicts the space pirates from older eras of Metroid games. While it was difficult to photograph, this costume displays the sheer creativity of the cosplaying community.
Legless torso of pure awesomeness!
Gaige, the genius necromancer and breakout Borderlands 2 DLC character, wowed at the 2019 London Comic-Con. One cosplayer recreated Gaige's look in photorealistic detail, closely matching the cartoony, cel-shaded aesthetic of the Borderlands series. From clever shading to a textured synthetic wig, this Vault Hunter could have just stepped out of the wastelands of Pandora and into London. Vincent Valentine has a special place in the Final Fantasy VII timeline, as well as the hearts of fans, and one fan at the 2017 MCM Birmingham Comic-Con reminded everyone of Valentine's importance. From Valentine's red headband to his intensely buckled jackets and boots, seriously so many buckles, this cosplay had every detail just right. Honorable mention goes to this much more retro Vincent Valentine cosplayer. There are lots of Zelda cosplayers at any given con, but one attendee at the 2018 New York City Comic-Con brought a fiercely regal look inspired by Twilight Princess. The legend of Zelda has changed over the years, and Zelda has transformed right along with it. While the Twilight Princess version of Zelda might be darker or moodier than her appearances in other games, that doesn't make her any less stunning. Nier Automata was a strange game with an even more enigmatic creator. But there's nothing ambiguous about how beautiful these 2B and 9S cosplays were at the 2017 Frankfurt Book Fair. The cosplaying duo portrayed the two android warriors with grace, posing in a way that perfectly demonstrated the pair's closeness. The Brotherhood of Steel, as well as their special power armor, holds a particular place in the Fallout universe. One player went all out to create a power armor for the 2016 Birmingham Comic-Con by recreating the Brotherhood's bulky, sandblasted armor and a massive helmet to wear at the con. While it's unclear how the cosplayer saw where they were going when they were at the event, they certainly looked cool doing it.
But the next time we meet...
Challenge me again. Raise your hand, draw your sword, look at me the wrong way, and I'll kill you.
While it's hard to say how many attendees tossed a coin to this Geralt of Rivia at the 2019 New York Comic-Con, it's safe to assume he deserves more than he got. This Geralt's piercing yellow eyes and sculpted beard added to the Witcher's mystique. Hopefully, great cosplayers will be able to satisfy fans until Season 2 of The Witcher premieres on Netflix. Cindy Aurum might be best known for fixing cars in Final Fantasy XV, but she also looked great walking the floors at the 2017 Birmingham Comic-Con. Cindy's yellow jacket popped against her red hat and signature red wrench. The cosplayer's confidence added to the costume, and her easy smile brought Cindy to life.
It was here you were born. It is here you will die.
Fallout 5 might not be emerging from the vault anytime soon, but fans still enjoy cosplaying as different versions of the game's underground vault dwellers. One cosplayer at the 2019 New York City Comic-Con had the idea of bringing a steampunk-themed vault dweller out to play. No one wanted to challenge the vault dweller's specially designed gun, which featured working lights and a retro, waist-beaten look. As a franchise, Street Fighter has gone through quite the transformation over the years. However, Cammy has steadily remained an icon, as well as a popular subject of cosplay appreciation at cons. This cosplayer at the 2019 New York Comic-Con portrayed Cammy with ease, crouching into fighting position whenever a photographer drew near. Ciri, the character who may connect The Witcher and Cyberpunk 2077,
People there had metal in their heads, waged war from a distance, using things similar to megascopes.
made an appearance at the 2017 Birmingham Comic-Con. Wielding her iconic silver sword, she made her way through the crowds of the con. Ciri's cosplayer clearly paid special attention to detail when sewing her costume, which includes faux fur accents and fine leather work. In Okami, Amaterasu is a sun goddess that takes the form of a wolf on Earth. A cosplayer at the 2017 Yorkshire Cosplay Convention decided to translate Amaterasu's wolfish style into a humanoid form. Amaterasu's red details became accents on a white kimono, but the character's ears stayed the same. Overall, the costume had an appearance similar to a humanoid wolf, which surely brought honor to the sun goddess. Okami might have been a huge flop when it first released, but this costume nailed the game's enduring appeal. M. Bison's red costume and menacing expressions remain one of the most iconic elements of Street Fighter character design. One cosplayer at the 2016 New York Comic-Con put a feminine twist on M. Bison by creating a gender-bent version of the famous villain. The cosplayer's blank white eyes and snarl complete the look, giving her the airs of a real supervillain. Honorable mention goes to this equally gorgeous and equally badass M. Bison gender-bent cosplay. Bungie's Destiny has many different options for players to customize their characters, and one gamer brought their specific hunter to life at the 2018 New York Comic-Con. The hunter's armor and jumpsuit are a brilliant and shiny yellow, replicating the game's vibrant color palette. Perhaps most impressive was the handmade weapon the cosplayer brought with them, which looks intimidating when slung over the hunter's shoulder.
My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us.
Some fans despise Liara's romance story in Mass Effect, while others couldn't dream of partnering with anyone else. One Liara fan showed up to the 2015 MCM Comic-Con in London in full blue paint and an impressive cap on their head, portraying Liara's full alien beauty. From the multi-toned shading in her makeup to the textured jumpsuit to the handmade weapon, this Liara easily stole the show, and probably the hearts of a few Commander Shepards. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more SVG videos about your favorite things are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.